Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time, we continued to make our way down here the beeline on the Deep Sea Metro map. Completed 2 missions, but hey man, these missions took a while. It was mainly this one here at the Fat Splat Station. Kind of a long one, but now we can go ahead and continue on as we're getting closer to our first thing. But to get to it, we need to make our way through Outlook Not So Good, the Tubular 8-Ball Station. So here we only have one weapon to use, the Splattershot Jr. It doesn't even have any bombs, so we're just using the Junior itself. Let me assure you that the movement of the 8-ball follows the laws of nature. I must also inform you that you won't be able to ride on the 8-ball rails yourself. Please try to aim for the center of the 8-ball when shooting it. Take care out there. Sounds like I have a new mechanic in this, so let's go ahead and begin the test. Hey, a ball! Looks like the 8-ball can be moved around using those special rails. It can also be moved by walls that just barely clip the thing. Well, let's go ahead and push it into the first set of rails here. So, it rides down, shoots up, and with that, it rolls back down onto the Octoling's head. Getting good at this. Yeah, getting good at letting the ball do its own thing. In before first death. The cushion absorbs some of the speed from the 8-ball. This is essentially like a sponge platform, so it can definitely stop the ball a little bit easier. It won't stop it dead in its tracks, but it does a much better job at stopping the thing pretty fast so it doesn't just roll off the edge. Enemy ahead, use the ball to cover and advance your position. So, Cuttlefish make a good point there. Sometimes you actually want to use the 8-ball here in these missions as cover, as sometimes there's not very much of a cover area, whether it be boxes or walls around you, so using the 8-ball as cover is actually a pretty good strategy. They don't take too many hits, or pretty much any hits in some cases. Try to hit that bumper straight on, okay? Will do, because if we do that, we can go ahead and destroy that, and now we have another ball bumper up ahead. Okay, that is not how that should have worked. The ball was supposed to go down here on the track by going through a funnel, but instead, it somehow landed on the track. I don't think I'll ever do that again in my life. If, for some reason, you need to go back up to where the previous checkpoint was, you can ride this ink rail back up. This is more or less if you have to try again with the ball, but, well, we actually got down here first try, and by complete accident, too. So, hey, we take those. Goal spot up ahead to the right. Also, enemy spotted in front of me. Trying to get it into the ball launcher back there. Back there, you mean up here, Marina. I'm kind of looking forward. Ball launcher up ahead, shoot the ball straight up. But it kind of continues to go straight up, so there's only one thing to do. Think you use the balloonfish to your advantage here. Shoot the balloonfish, and let the ink carry the ball to the other side. Launch pad ahead, jump for it, Agent 8. And we did, getting us to the goal. So with that, we have completed our 8-ball mission here. Not one of the harder ones. In fact, I find this one of the easier 8-ball missions that we've done so far, which is good because there are definitely more to come, and spoiler warning, they get a lot harder than that. So now that we're done with this specific mission, let's see the mem cake that we got from it. This here is the Octopod. So, principled, you might explode, but when you burst, who's really cursed? Your loved ones have to bear that load. Was not expecting a real-life lesson about taking your own life to be put in my Splatoon 2 video game, but here we are. That's one of the most deep poetries that I've read so far. And it's a little too close to home. It's a cute little octopod, though, I'll give him that. But there's really not much more I want to say on this octopod, because honestly, his description got a little too real for my liking. So let's go ahead and make our way to our next station here. For Realz, the Ink and Slide Station. So here we have a choice of 3 different weapons. We can use the Splattershot Jr. and Splat Bomb, the Splat Charger and Burst Bomb, or the Splat Roller and Curling Bomb. We're going to start with the recommended weapon here, the Splattershot Jr. You'll need to use the ink furlers in this area to create a path through the air. Once they're unfurled, shoot the end to keep them that way. And keep in mind that the ink furlers will roll back up if they're hit by enemy ink. Take care out there. Let's go ahead and begin the test. So ink furlers here are something we're pretty familiar with already from the main campaign of Splatoon 2. Yeah, now dip, dive, slip and slide. You got a main and a sub weapon. Don't be shy about using them both. Excellent. Rush through or proceed with caution. What to do? What you gonna do? Why not both? We got bombs. Use them to our advantage here. Take out enemies up above. Give it a second to recharge. Hit another one of the enemies. Continue forward. And keep these ink furlers down. As what we were told from Sea Cucumber, these things roll up after a while. So, gotta keep on shooting them ourselves. And the enemies can roll them up too. They do a really good job at doing so. So I'm gonna try my best to keep enemy fire away from these rollers as much as possible. Especially in a case like this. Octo Commander dead ahead. And this guy means business because he brought some friends. Pretty devastating friends, if you ask me. Go ahead and throw a bomb at the beginning to get this roller out. And use this to our advantage to make a path forward. Take you out before you take me out, and now hide behind cover. Use our splat bombs here to our advantage. Throw another one, and that should take him out. Bam. Who's next? Well, whoever it is, I'm ready to go. Go ahead and jump forward here. Curl you out, climb on our said roller. I just like calling these things more rollers than anything else because they kind of do roll. They remind me more of like a fruit roll-up. I think that's probably what they were going for with this said contraption. Because there's a lot of real-world references when it comes to Splatoon 2. And definitely something like this. Yeah, it could probably be referencing food. Very, very relatable. I'll just go ahead and throw a bomb here to roll this thing out because my shots aren't doing the best job. My Splattershot Jr. doesn't have the best range, but there we go. We got the thing rolled down. Go ahead and shoot this box open up. Platform a little bit before it curls back up. And there you go. Got ourselves some extra points there. 25 to be exact. Not a bad chunk of change. So many ink furlers. Not fun. Watch out. That sniper looks like trouble. Snipers are always trouble. I don't know what you're talking about, Pearl. Definitely don't want to be standing still for too long here because, well, stuff like that could happen, for example. We can get pushed off the edge. Although that was my own fault. Skipping a step, thinking, be fine. It was not fine. Repeat, it was not fine. But you don't want to stand still here for too long, as I was trying to say. Simply just because of how the sniper is going to easily be able to hit you no matter where you're at on the map. If he hits you at all, that's going to immediately take away all your health and put you down to your pinch state. So, yeah, needless to say, we don't want to get hit here if we can avoid it. So let's just keep on moving and try to bait this guy out with his shots. If he can shoot somewhere around us and not on us, that should keep us safe. Keyword, should. Get rid of you. You're in my way, buddy. Please, get out of here. Thank you. At this point, all we gotta do is get to the sniper, because he can't see us now, and surprise attack. Nice work, 8. You're a beast. Why, thank you, Pearl. This beast has now completed the level, but we're not done here yet because we got 2 other weapons, so hope you learned the level pattern there, because now we're gonna do it 2 more times. There are new entries in the chat log, so I sent them along. Check them out sometime. Well, let's go ahead and read that said chat log now. MC Princess has joined the chat room. I'm back! 1. Yes, you are. Marina, you here? She's in the head. The head? Whatever. Yo, why is there a pic of me posted in here? Isn't this against the law or something? Some data breach, invasion, or privacy thing? Oh, we're doing intros. Just read that part. Okay, then it's my turn to post a pic of Marina. Boom! Well, that's a nice and wholesome picture there, Marina. Looks like she's hanging out with Judd and also feeding him a fish, based on the fish in Judd's hands. That makes sense. Feed a cat what cats always love. Fish. This is when we first met, back in the day. here's a bonus one, just cuz. I mean, this is a more derpy picture compared to the first one. I'm not sure if Marina would like Pearl posting this, but nice to see a more realistic side, I guess, of your favorite pop star. Like, hey, wake your sleepy head up. And with that, DJ Hyperfresh has joined the chat room. Pearl! And also with that, MC Princess has left the chat room. You can tell there's going to be a little bit of a fight happening here. But that's all we got for Session 4 right now. Nice little backstory for Pearl and Marina's history once again, just like kind of with Session 3. One that definitely embarrasses Marina more than the last chat log, but besides the point. We got ourselves a mem cake here, which is further down on the G line here. This is a scallop. A scallop brand atop your crown will turn some heads, but really shreds, when it is simply turned around. I can see why. The design is pretty interesting. You got a multitude of different colors here between the yellow and the red. And that's it. But it does flip around. Pretty accurate description. I like the design of this one. It's more simplistic, but hey, it's nice. Let's go ahead and make our way back into our mission here in Ink and Slide Station. As we got 2 more weapons to go through, it's going to take us a little bit to get back through this mission. 2 more times, technically. So let's get started. So let's go ahead and pick the weapon here on our left, the Splat Charger and Burst Bomb. In some ways, I find this mission to be easier using the Splat Charger, and that's simply because of the range of the weapon. While it may fire a lot slower, it has a much better range, which can make actually attacking platforms from a distance, well, a lot easier in a lot of ways. I'll take this enemy out first before I do anything, because, simply put, he's going to roll back on my platform. I'm not about that here, so let's just go ahead and take out enemies as we go. This is why I want to take out enemies as we go, because they're going to curl my platforms up. Shoot you, shoot this, and let's go ahead and climb up. And you know what, I do want those extra points. At this point, it's kind of wasting a little bit of time, but the more points you get, the easier this said DLC becomes, because now you have more chances at each of the levels. I don't think we'll ever really have a case of getting turned away from one of these missions simply just because of how many points that we have. And even if we do run low, the game will be generous enough to give us more points if we end up losing them all. So it's one of those cases where we don't have to worry too much about if we can ever do a mission or not. It's more of an inconvenience when you don't have points than anything else. Take you guys out before you shoot me, and there you go. Luckily, the Splat Charger is a very powerful weapon, so just one shot can kill those big, hefty Octolings, which is good because they do a lot of damage to me, and they could probably kill me in one shot if I stand still for too long. Go ahead and activate our rail here. And now shoot this. Taking out pretty much everything in one shot. That was an awesome shot. I do agree, Pearl. We put that on roll, and then shoot it right back down. Gotta throw some burst bombs here, which doesn't really do all that much. Unfortunately, burst bombs aren't really the best when it comes to destroying heavy artillery boxes. It's good for kids like this, where it still takes 2 shots. Mileage may vary on how well burst bombs work in certain situations. Worked well enough there. Go to grab our points and get to the final checkpoint. Now this could be a case of sniper v sniper action, but our sniper, well, simply put, he's way too far away, so we're definitely not hitting him from here. We're gonna have to get closer to actually do any damage. And just hide over here real quick because, yeah, simply put, I don't have enough ink, and I will die if I continue forward. Take that enemy out. Take this thing out, which was weird for a second because the camera kind of obscured it, making it look like it was invisible, and sometimes that could just happen in games. It's not just this game that can do that, it's multiple games. Go ahead, roll out the more platforms around me, kind of make a path for myself, not falling off. Okay, I gotta be very careful here because if this thing rolls off too much and I fall in the pit, well, that's GG's. Kind of don't want to die when I'm at the ending. That's just embarrassing. Throw that down to stud you, and there you go, that's it. Let's go ahead, complete the test, and come back in here one more time to make our way through with the final weapon. We got one more weapon here to use in the Ink and Slide Station, a Splat Roller with a Curling Bomb. I don't really think I need to say this because of how this gives you the most points when you complete the mission. I think that one kind of speaks for itself in saying this is by far the hardest weapon to use here. Very short range, and for a mission where you gotta do a lot of long projectile shots, not gonna make this easy. Gonna make it hard, actually. Case in point, I already lost my shield, but passing through a checkpoint gives me back that said shield, which is good for our sake, because, yeah, I don't want to die here with all these enemies attacking me. Getting my shields back is nice, and then having protective armor, well, also makes this much easier and much more safe. Jump around, give me some extra points. Really don't need them at this point. I'm kind of becoming a point hog in some cases. I just can't help it, man. When the game gives you a challenge to go get a thing, I'm just kind of trained to go get it. That's just how my video game nature just kind of kicks in. I'm just so used to doing that with a lot of different games. I grew up with a lot of those kind of games, though, as a kid. 3D collectathons kind of make you just pick up everything that you see. Games like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, stuff like that. It kind of trains you to grab every single thing you see. Oh, this is kind of bad. Don't mind me. Just an octoling with a roller. I'm painting the floor. Don't worry. I'm one of those players. I don't attack. I just like painting. By saying that, they all get confused. The nice thing about this kind of mission is even though the roller has the least amount of range, it has a lot of power behind it. So it makes at least activating a lot of these platforms a lot simpler in some regards. I wouldn't say easier, but in some cases, we can knock these things over immediately and get them fully rolled out. Which some weapons can't do that at all, but the Splat Charger definitely could, so kind of prefer that weapon here. Splat Charger is probably my favorite weapon to use for this mission, just because of its sheer power along with sheer range. Gotta use a curling bomb here to destroy all these boxes, and I'm all destroyed in one go, +1 for curling, -1 for burst bomb. Our final section here with the sniper, this is going to be a little dangerous, so let's just be very careful here with our platforming. Activate all of these rolls. Take a little bit of a shortcut here. That's what I get for taking a shortcut. 1 step forward, 50 steps backwards. Sometimes it's not the most effective thing to try to take a shortcut, I see. But to be fair, I was running out of time on the platform and I just wasn't paying attention. That was on me. Oh boy, alright, we're gonna move very slow for this part. This is dangerous. I don't like moving slow here just simply because of how easy it is to get sniped. It's also very easy to walk right off the edge when moving too slow too. Alright, one last life. We can do this. I believe in me. Somewhat. Believe in me somewhat. It really is gonna depend on the sniper for how well I make it through this section. Let's not rush this too much this time around simply just because that's how we keep on dying. Sometimes taking your time in a mission like this is gonna be a little more preferred. Even though we are a little bit on a timer here, we still have enough time to do stuff like that. There you go. Completed the mission. We're good to go. With that, we're done with the Ink and Slide station. Now this area is 100% complete. So I think we made our way a decent amount through the beeline. Definitely more than last episode. Actually, now thinking about it, is about the same. At some points, some missions can take a while. Definitely so when they have 3 different weapon types to use in a single mission. And then others where they only really have 1. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but that's kind of the nature of the Octo expansion. Some missions can take you a while. Some missions, maybe 5 minutes at most, and you're done. But we'll go ahead and maybe continue on with those 5 minutes of our next mission in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, we're going to make our way further down the beeline here and make our way towards one of the 4 things. I'll see you guys next time.